Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? It's a long process. It's a hard, thought out process. Yeah, I know. I was there. I was there from March of this year, thinking about how I'm going to do this, doing all my research, trying to get everything right. What platforms can we use and how we going to record it and how we going to make it sound good and make it all this happen. And then I came upon Anchor. The Anchor app on my phone, the easiest choice I could ever make to do a podcast. It's free to use. You don't got to pay for nothing. You can record episodes whenever you're ready. You can edit it and then you can release them when you want to. And you don't have to worry about trying to figure out how you're going to distribute it on other platforms because Anchor has partnerships with Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Castbox, Pocket Cast, whatever you name it. Because the Playmakers Wild podcast is the podcast that I use. We're on all them platforms. We're on 9 platforms just by using the Anchor app. So pretty much all the questions that you have questions about doing a podcast, go to the Anchor app or go to the Anchor website, anchor.fm.com, and just search through it, ask questions. Because I tell you, a free app that does all this, there's nothing more you can ask for. I even got friends, they doing their podcast on the Anchor app. Faith Talk, you might have heard of it because it's very good. And it's great that it's an app like this, it's a website like this that makes it easier for people to do podcasts and do what they love best, talking about the things that they love to talk about. So give Anchor a try, see how much you like it. We'll love to hear your podcast.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Mayor of Texas, and it's great to be back to do some NBA talk representing the Playmakers Blog podcast. My 3 subjects tonight are very exciting. Number 1, it's going to be the return of Steph Curry and the possibility of him playing for Team USA at the 2020 Olympics. Number 2, the impact that Team USA can make at this year's Olympics. And number 3, I'm going to talk about the Battle of Los Angeles, and I am talking specifically about battle to rule the city of Los Angeles between the Los Angeles Clippers and the Los Angeles Lakers. More importantly, it's a battle between Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. So let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I'm going to start off by talking about Steph Curry. Well, as many of y'all know, March 5th, Steph Curry came back from what was a hand injury, which he missed at least 3 months, if I am correct. He made his return in a game at home against the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors won the game, but overall, it was great to see Steph Curry. Steph Curry played for a total of 27 minutes, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 turnover, which happens, going 3 for 12 on the 3 points, 6 for 16 on field goals, and a perfect 8 for 8 on free throws. Now, his field goal percentage finished with about 38%. Obviously, that's not perfect, but for a guy that's missed such a long time, in my opinion, that is very good. Because let's be honest, Steph Curry hasn't played in a long time, about 3 months, a hand injury, so it's okay for him to be rusty. But you know what? He's just getting started. He's gonna shake off the rust, and before you know it, Steph Curry will be back to being the Steph Curry that we love to see. He's gonna do what he does best. He's gonna give the world a hell of a show. Now tonight, his second game against the Philadelphia 76ers, he's actually ruled out. It seems that he's suffering from the flu, so it's a bit of a downer. I mean, this is 2 days after he returns. After it was an absence of 58 games. But it's just the flu. As the head coach said, I believe our statement said that he just has the seasonal flu, so it's no big deal. So we'll just have to wait. The Clippers have a couple of upcoming games as well, but I think that Steph Curry is going to be okay, and they're just going to finish out the season in style. As I'm looking here, on March 10th, they'll play the Clippers at home before they'll play the Brooklyn Nets. I think it's safe to say. I mean, the possibility of him playing against the Clippers, well, we'll have to wait and see, but I'm not sure how it goes, but as far as the Warriors' playoff chances, well, playoff chances are definitely dead. But at this point, at least Steph Curry's back, and At this point, Steph Curry, it's all about playing for pride. But in Curry's case specifically, it's just doing what he loves to do. That's to play basketball. Now, speaking of Steph Curry, the possibility of him playing for Team USA, well, now that he's back and as long as he stays healthy, there's a great chance. I think him playing for Team USA at this year's Olympics in Tokyo would be great. As we know, Team USA has dominated the Olympics for so long. I mean, they won the always winning the gold with the exception of the 2004 games, which took place in Athens. Unfortunately, that's a sad moment, but you know what? That was 2004. That was then. It's all about the future. Now, why do I think Steph Curry will make a fine asset to Team USA? Well, number one, three-time NBA champion. He, amazing with making his basket. He's a team player. He's focused. He's always disciplined. He's just a great player, and that's all we need. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason we need to know why Steph Curry is more than fit to play for Team USA because Team USA needs a guy of his talent. They need a guy that's a good player like him. The bottom line is Steph Curry has what it takes and is more than capable of making a difference representing his home country. But as of now, honestly, his health, it truly does remain a cause for concern. If I remember correctly, Steph Curry was not actually part of the squad 4 years ago when the Olympics were in Brazil. He actually withdrew he withdrew. If I remember correctly, he withdrew from the considerations. If I remember correctly, it was ankle and knee problems. I mean, at least that's what the major reason behind the decision. I mean, we don't know for sure. Maybe he just felt like he wasn't cut for it. I mean, whatever it is. But you know what, folks? I mean, that's in the past. That was 4 years ago. So what's done is done. So, but I think Steph Curry, with more experience. I mean, since then he's won 3 NBA titles. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and let's go ahead and take a look at all of his accolades because his accolades also show why he's more than capable of playing for Team USA. NBA 3-point contest champion. That was in 2015. Okay. The NBA scoring champion in 2016. The statistics leader in 2016. The 50, 40, 90 club in 2016. I mean, 2016 was a hell of a year, but unfortunately, the Golden State that was the year when the Golden State Warriors blew that 3-1 series lead against the Cleveland Cavaliers. But it doesn't matter. I mean, Steph Curry still had a hell of a year, and he would go on to win 2 straight titles. So you know what, Warriors fans, they don't have to worry about 2016 anymore. So also, if like I said, three-time NBA champion, the 2-time MVP in 2015 and 2016, all that makes him well qualified. But that's NBA experience, and I want to talk about his experience representing Team USA. Okay, because in the Basketball World Cup, he's represented the country twice, and in both times he's won the gold. The 2010 tournament, which took place in Turkey, and the 2014 tournament, which took place in Spain. See, experience, folks, is extremely important, especially when it comes to playing for your home country. Because, like I said, it's the experience and it's the motivation. When you have all that positive experience, your motivation and your how hungry you are to represent your country, it's just out there. And I'm more than confident that Steph Curry really wants to represent his country this summer. He definitely has a chance, but it's like I said, it's all about whether or not he can stay healthy. So, having said that, at this point in Steph Curry's career, well, he's still got a long way to go, so everything should be okay from his point. But we'll just have to worry about as far as him being healthy. Um, Now, looking at the possibilities of him playing at the Olympics, I don't want to get things mixed around. I say there's definitely a 70 to 80% chance. Again, it's like I said, he has to be healthy, but also what we have to worry about is whether or not he's willing, like he's going to accept. Because remember, 4 years ago, he the major reason was because of injuries, but there's more to that than we know. So we'll have to just go ahead and wait and see. Uh, Also, we'll have to see how Steph Curry plays out the rest of the year. I mean, I'm sure everything's going to be fine for him, but it seems that 2 days ago he actually was discussing about. From what I'm looking for, he was discussing a plan to play in the 2020 Olympics. The 2020 Olympics. Says that he's still hoping to play. Because just mentioned, it's about the broken hand. I mean, he went on to miss 58 games, and that definitely strikes a major blow to him as far as his chances go for representing his home country. But I think even if he was hurt, I mean, his experience says it all. I think Steph Curry is just more than qualified for it. But he says that right now he's just he's focusing on staying healthy. From what I'm reading, he's got like about 20 games left to play, so he plays well. He's healthy. I think there's no chance that he can miss this. Um, Now something that really ought to motivate Curry for the ability to play for the Olympics is the fact that he's never won an Olympic gold medal. Now, a guy as successful as Steph Curry, winning a gold medal would mean so much to him because it's not only that he won the title, it's not only he can live that he won another title, for himself. Like it's another accomplishment to his long list of accomplishments. He can live with the fact that he represented his country, and the most important thing out of that is that he won a gold medal for his country. That would be a huge boost to not only Steph Curry's career, but that would be a lifelong achievement that he can be super proud of. And most importantly, people are going to remember it. All these Steph Curry fans, they're going to say not only did he win 3 titles for his team, for the Golden State Warriors, he won a gold medal for his country, and that'll make him a true American hero, just like the many American heroes that have won the gold medal for Team USA in basketball. It'll just put him up there with a team of the elite champions. Well, folks, let's go ahead and take a break. Do not go anywhere. I'll be back. And ladies and gentlemen, I, the Bear of Texas, am back. So I just wrapped up the discussion about the return of Steph Curry and whether or not he will play at the Olympics. And I am seriously praying that he does because I really want to see him make a difference for his country. Now we shift to discussion about something very unique and something that I find very, very interesting. I'm talking about the Battle of Los Angeles. No, not between the Angels and the Dodgers. No, not about the Los Angeles Rams or the Chargers. Something a little more unique and much more interesting, to be honest. I am talking about the Los Angeles Lakers and the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, this actually goes back to the 80s. If I'm correct, the Los Angeles Clippers moved to Los Angeles, I believe, in 1984. I believe they moved from San Diego. Now, what's really funny, folks, is that the Clippers moved to Los Angeles during a time where the Lakers were on top of the world. And if you remember the 80s well, the Lakers really were on top of the world. Now, as soon as they moved to Los Angeles, the Clippers had no success. For the first couple of seasons, I mean, from the 1984-1985 season to the 1989-1990 season, the Clippers had not won more than 32 games. While on the other hand, the Los Angeles Clippers had not. Excuse me. While the Los Angeles Clippers had won at least 57 games. So if we're talking about the Battle of Los Angeles during that time, well, there really was no battle because Los Angeles was super dominant and the Clippers really didn't have a chance because in the first season, the Lakers swept them 6-0, while the next season was 4-2, followed by another 6-0 sweep, followed by 2 straight seasons of 5-1, then 4-1, 4-0, and 3-2. Now, the first time the Los Angeles Clippers turned the tables on the Lakers and won the Battle of Los Angeles series, that was in the 1992-1993 season. That was when, for the second time since moving to Los Angeles, the Clippers had won at least 40 games. Now, that sort of victory was, well, to say that it was short-lived is one hell of an understatement. Because from then, the Los Angeles Lakers took back control of their city and would not relinquish it. Because it was during that time where the Lakers began to achieve success. going to the playoffs, and that from that time, winning a couple of titles, winning 3 titles, while the Clippers were just going down the toilet. I mean, to say that the Clippers were going through a rough time, I can't tell you how much of an understatement that is. Because let me go ahead and take you on a little history run right here. The 1993-94 season, the Lakers win the series 3-2. Okay, now both teams had rough years. They both didn't make the playoffs. So while the Lakers would finish 33-49, while the Clippers would go 27-55. But here's the difference, folks. The Lakers would improve over the next few years, while the Clippers seemed to only just get worse because from the 1993 to 1994 season to about the 2004-2005 season, there was one season, particularly 1998-1999, the Clippers were 9-41. And the season before that, they were 17-65. And it was just a rough period. The Lakers would just claim the city as their own. They would just dominate the Clippers. It could be truly said, not only were the Lakers winning the battles of Los Angeles, they were just dominating and winning the wars. And nobody would say that anytime soon the Clippers would turn the tables, but eventually it did happen. Now, that's where we're going to jump to next. In the 2012-2013 season, the Los Angeles Clippers actually swept. Yes, that's right, folks. They swept the Los Angeles Lakers in a 4-0 series win. And as I'm looking, I believe that is the first time in history where the Clippers actually swept their crosstown rivals. I'm not sure if crosstown rivals is the proper way to describe it, but you know what? It doesn't matter because the bottom line is they're rivals. And I'm looking at this article, which I'm going to get to in a minute, in the Los Angeles Times, because the 2012-13 season was just the beginning. Because during that time, as I mentioned earlier, the Lakers had all that success, while the Clippers were just awful. It was during that time where this was another role was reversed. The Lakers were super struggling, while the Clippers were actually the dominant team. This was a period from 2012 to about 2018. This was during the time where the Blake Griffin era. Okay, and then there was also DeAndre Jordan and several other players. I can't really name them off the top of my head, so I apologize. But during that time, I'm looking at least 6 straight times the Clippers owned the Lakers. Now, of course, while the Clippers really did actually sort of own the city in that sort of sense, really there was no bragging rights because, as we know, the Lakers have 17 NBA championships while the Clippers have never won a championship. Now, I don't want to take it all the way from the Clippers. In a sense, they can say, at least we beat y'all. At least we're kicking your butt. At the end of the day, it's the titles that do the talking. It's like saying actions speak louder than words, and in the case of the Los Angeles Lakers, their title success does the talking. That is their action. Now, I'm taking a look at an article in the Los Angeles Times. Okay, and this is a column that says the Clippers are the true most hated rivals of the Lakers, not much the Celtics. Now, I can understand where this writer is coming from because, the truth be told, while the Lakers and the Celtics do have a classical rivalry, that's more like what it is. It's a rivalry from the playoffs and from the finals. It's kind of like the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers and the rivalry they had in the 90s and 80s when those two teams would have those serious clashes in the playoffs. Of course, there was the time in the regular playoffs when Terrell Owens, scored, ran on the star twice, and then we also saw what George Teague did. But that's the Cowboys and 49ers. I'm talking about the Lakers and the Clippers. Excuse me. I really do agree that this is a stronger rivalry than the Celtics because these two teams play at least 3 times each season. I believe it's a total of 6 times if I'm correct. I'm just my head's spinning a little bit, so I apologize. Um, but anyway, yes, it's actually 6 games. I think. You know what? I'm sorry, folks. I'm just getting confused. But the bottom line is, it's about who wins more times. So I apologize. I'm not sure if it's 6 games or whatnot. I'm honestly just not. I'm just paying very little attention. That's something I promise you that I'm working on. Now, from a period from 1980 to 2010, the Lakers have won 10 championships and they've played in, I believe, 16 NBA Finals. Now, during that time, the Clippers have really not really accomplished much. I mean, they've had a couple of playoff appearances. From 2011 from the 2010 to from the 2011-2012 season to the 2016-2017 season. The Clippers would continually make the playoffs, while the Lakers would miss the playoffs most of those years. So that was a time where, like I said, the tables were turned. But at the end of the day, it was still the Lakers that went on top because they had championship success under their belt. Now, does that really mean much? Well, it doesn't mean much to some people. But when you're just winning, but at the end of the day, you're not getting anything, really, as far as bragging rights go, you have no bragging rights. Now, as I'm looking at this article, let's see, it's also about the fan base, too. Like, which team has the more fans? And according to this, more than 65% of Lakers fans say that a lot of them hate the Clippers more than they hate the Celtics. So that's another proof in the pudding that this is a stronger rivalry than the Lakers and the Celtics. And I find this rivalry really interesting because it's good to see that if having two successful teams, which is going on at the moment, two very good teams, battling out in Los Angeles, it makes the rivalry only more interesting. Which brings me to this season, because I think that this season we're really seeing something unique with these two teams. Now, I'm gonna go and take you. I have some notes right here. I'm gonna go and take you based on how the season's kind of gone between the two. Now, as many of you know, the Lakers and the Clippers opened their season playing against each other, and the Clippers came out on top. The Clippers won with a final score of 112 to 102. Now, believe it or not, in the Lakers' case, it was not LeBron James or Anthony Davis who had the most points in that game. It was actually Danny Green, who had a total of 28. And Kawhi Leonard had 30 points on his side, and he went 1 for 5 on 3-point shots. Anthony Davis had 25 points, while LeBron James had 18. That's a combined of 43 points. LeBron James also had 10 rebounds and 8 assists. But they both Anthony Davis and LeBron James combined 1 for 7 on the 3-point shots. And that's, speaking of the 3-point shots, that's something I'm going to get to right at the end, because the 3-point shots has actually been a bit of an effect on both LeBron James and Anthony Davis in this year's Clippers and Lakers series. Now, we move on to Game 2, where the Clippers once again managed to pick up the win, this time 111 to 106. And while Kawhi Leonard improved vastly from the last one, had 35 points with 12 rebounds and 5 assists, and he went for a brilliant 5 for 7 on 3-point shots. While Anthony Davis and LeBron James combined for 47 points, this time they went 3 for 18 on 3-point shots. Now, so far, basically, it seems that LeBron James and Anthony Davis, the 3-point shots, haven't really been quite effective against the Clippers, but overall, I mean, they're actually doing great. Now, as far as Game 3 goes, well, if we all remember correctly, Game 3 was postponed because of the aftermath of the loss of Kobe Bryant. Obviously, we all know that Kobe wanted the show to go on. He would have loved if they had played, but it's understandable that they postponed this game. And from research I've done earlier, the game will be played, I believe, on April 9th. So y'all, if you folks know, if you're not aware, the game will be played April 9th to make up for this game. Now, today, Game 4 took place, and the Lakers finally came on top. Yes, that's right. Finally, a hard-fought win. All right? Now, in this game, Kawhi Leonard had 27 points with just 2 rebounds and no assists, and then going 2 for 9 on the 3-point shots. So, obviously, it's not the best game, but it's still effective in a sense. Now, Anthony Davis had 30 points with 8 rebounds and 2 assists, while the King, LeBron James, had 28 points with 7 rebounds and 9 assists. But this time, those two combined for 3 for 10 on the 3-point shot. So, in this entire series so far, LeBron and Anthony have gone a combined 7 for 35 on 3-point shots. Now, is that bad for them? Look, not really, because even a player like LeBron James he's not perfect. I mean, he's gonna have those moments where he's not gonna perform, like, he's not gonna be dominant every single game. I mean, keep in mind, folks, LeBron James is only human. He's not perfect. Just because we call him the King, based on his success, his experience, He's not perfect. Okay, neither is Anthony Davis. But honestly, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if they struggled in a certain category because it's about who won. Although so far, the Clippers are leading the series 2-1, if I'm correct, there's also the game 4 that will be played, and that should just about settle it. Okay. Now, this game, this game right here, I'm looking at. See, also it's going back to the 3-point shots. Kawhi has gone 8 for 21 in total 3-point shots, and like I said, it's same thing for Kawhi. And I know it doesn't matter where you're struggling in the categories, as long as you put up a good performance overall, as long as your team wins. Nobody cares about it because Kawhi Leonard has 100 points, has scored almost 100 points total against the Lakers this year, while Anthony and LeBron have combined for about 150 points. So basically, the series has been super entertaining because the way I see it overall, it's a series it's basically LeBron versus Kawhi, and so far it seems that as far as performance goes, this is I'm kind of like I'm not really considering the win. Overall on the court, both Kawhi and LeBron have made the rivalry really interesting because they've both played fantastically. And that's what makes a rivalry game very interesting. Most people, like most Clipper fans, really want to see the Lakers destroy the Clippers. And, Clippers want to see the Clippers destroy the Lakers. I see things differently when a rivalry game. Sure, it's great to see a blowout. But when you have a good game, you have two of the biggest superstars in the NBA playing in opposing teams, and they both put up a hell of a performance. Believe me, folks, that's when a rivalry game becomes very interesting. And in the case for the city of Los Angeles, that's when a Battle of Los Angeles series gets super interesting. Well, folks, this wraps it up for the Battle of Los Angeles. I'm going to take another break. Please do not go anywhere. I will be right back.
Hey, this is Darren, the Playmaker Says. I want to take a moment to thank you guys for listening to us at the Playmakers Podcast. Just to let you know, if you're listening to us on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, why don't you go ahead and leave us a review, tell us what you think of the episodes that you listen to, what you think of the podcast in general. If you listen to, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Radio Public, Castbox, or any other platforms that we're on, follow us. Download the episodes. Let us know any kind of way that you want to let us know, whether it's on our Facebook page, the Playmakers Podcast, or on our Twitter page at Playmakers Stars. Just let us know, because we enjoy interacting with you guys, and we want to show our appreciation. So follow us, like us, let us know how we're doing, and thank you for listening to the Playmakers Podcast.
What is up, beauties? Welcome back. This is the Bear of Texas. We enter the final phase of this episode, and the final phase is the 2020 Summer Olympics, and that Team USA will be playing, they'll be fighting to once again take home a gold medal. Now, let me start off by saying, or should I say, let me start off by asking, is Team USA a legitimate favorite? Well, of course they are. Every year they're a favorite. Based on their history, it's no surprise that they're a favorite. Winning a gold medal 4 years ago, 2012, 2008, and of course 2004 did not happen. But winning a gold medal several times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 times since 1992, that makes USA more than a legitimate favorite. That has to make them the top hands-on favorites. Now, just because the US, based on their success, their experience, their mentality, their concentration, their talent, does that mean that they have an easy path to making it to the top of the Olympics this year? Well, absolutely not, because let me clarify one thing, ladies and gentlemen. There is no such thing as an easy win. Period. In all of sports. Now, let me start off by taking a look at who is qualified to participate in basketball at this year's Olympics along with Team USA. Well, Argentina, Australia, France, just to name a few. And those three countries are more than qualified to give the United States a run for their money. Now, in the United States' case, well, it comes to France, they have a score to settle after what happened not long ago in what was excuse me, what was the 2019 FIBA World Cup, where they lost to France in the quarterfinals, finishing 7th overall. Now, Team USA wants to avenge that. They want to make up for it. They want to right all the wrongs. And what better way to do it? To just simply go out there, take home the gold. Because in the United States' case, there's only one goal in mind, and that is to win the gold. Nothing else. There's nothing else that Team USA is hungry for, just the gold, and they will stop at nothing to win it back. Or I should say, to win it for the 4th straight time. Now let me go ahead and finish the other teams so far who are in. Iran, Japan, Nigeria, and Spain. Now Spain is another clear favorite. Okay, so, because they are the top finishing European team in the 2000 FIBA Basketball World Cup. Now, can Spain somehow make it again? Now, can Spain continue the success, keep their success alive? Well, you're damn right they can. Now, Spain won their second title, the winning the FIBA World Cup in China until last year, winning their second title. And as I'm looking at here, Spain was the champion. The runners-up were Argentina. Third place was France, and fourth place was Australia. And those four teams, just like I said, those teams are true heavy competition for Team USA. But let me be honest, folks. When it comes to true competition, that's what Team USA wants. If the USA had it easy in the tournament and easily defeated all their opponents, well, the tournament would not be fun. Because a team as successful as Team USA, they need a challenge. Inferior competition just does not make Team USA look good. They want to be challenged. They want to earn the win. Nothing has to be easy, because the truth is Team USA does not expect anything to be easy in their case. Now, really what hurts them at the World Cup, at the FIBA World Cup, when they lost to France in the quarterfinals, this was actually their worst result at a World Cup. And what really adds salt to the wound is that they were the defending champions. So, in this coming Olympics, folks, it's not just about winning the gold medal for the 4th consecutive time. It's just simply about righting the wrongs of things that happened in the past and just getting back to that top spot. Now, I want to take a moment and explain why France and Argentina, Australia, and Spain are serious competition. Well, because some of those teams, they've enjoyed some moderate success in basketball when it comes to international basketball. Of course, they're not Team USA, but at the end of the day, they're not inferior. They give a run for their money, especially Argentina, because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was Argentina that knocked out the United States back in 2004, was it not? Well, doesn't matter right now, because, it's in the past, and Team USA just has to do what's right and just, take the gold, as I mentioned already. Now, Argentina overall is a very dangerous team. Okay, and I won't be surprised if they face off to one another again. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there won't be any easy games, but then again, it's not gonna matter, because it's just the competition that makes the whole tournament very interesting. So now, as I wrap it up, the overall point is, folks, is that Team USA is going to be on a mission. They're going to have unique objectives, and that mission is not going to be easy, but at the end of the day, it shouldn't be easy, because what the Olympics are all about, it's about competition. And Team USA loves competition. As a matter of fact, there's probably no team that loves competition more than Team USA. Now, I am looking at the roster, well, not exactly the roster, but what I'm looking at right here, I'm looking at a list of 44 finalists who could be chosen to represent, excuse me, 44 finalists that can be chosen to represent the 2020 U.S. Olympic men's team roster. Now, keep in mind, folks, only 12 of these players can be selected. Now the roster will not be announced till June, but the list of the potential finalists is absolutely exciting. Of course, 3-time Olympic gold medalist LeBron James is on the list. Now, what we really have to keep in mind is that LeBron James did not participate in the Olympics 4 years ago. 4 years ago, actually, Kevin Durant was the player that everybody talked about. Now, Kevin Durant's been out this year with an injury, and I'm really, really hoping that he gets cleared to play for Team USA, because if Kevin Durant plays again, plays better than ever, it's like that, this team can be stronger than the team 4 years ago, because another goal for the Team USA is to come to the Olympics stronger and better and more focused than ever. It's all about being better than before. It's all about shocking the world in a sense. The point is, it's about being better and better and better and better, because every 4 years to win the gold medal, it just gets harder and harder and harder, and nobody knows that better than Team USA. Now, let me take y'all on a bit of a run from what I'm looking. Now, this finalist, includes obviously it's headed by the 3-time Olympic gold medalist LeBron. It includes 9 members of the gold medalist team from 4 years ago, 7 gold medalists from the team that won the gold in 2012, and all 12 members of USA's 2019 FIBA World Cup, which of course did not end well. Now, if a majority of those players from that tournament are selected, they will be hungry and they will be determined to right all the wrongs, and that's going to make Team USA's mentality and team chemistry more than simply one of a kind. Now, this came out last month, February 10th. Now, as I go through this list, it starts off with Bam Adebayo, who plays for the Miami Heat, LaMarcus Aldridge, who plays for the San Antonio Spurs, Harrison Barnes with the Sacramento Kings, Bradley Beal of the Washington Wizards, Devin Booker with the Phoenix Suns, Malcolm Brogdon with the Pacers, Jaylen Brown with the Boston Celtics, Jimmy Butler with the Heat, Mike Conley with the Jazz, Steph Curry with the Golden State Warriors, Anthony Davis with the Lakers, DeMar DeRozan with the Spurs. The list just gets better. And I don't want to get too deep, but also but I have to mention some names. Kevin Durant's also part of the list. So is Paul George, Draymond Green, James Harden, Montrezl Harrell, Tobias Harris, Gordon Hayward, Dwight Howard, Brandon Ingram, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Miles Turner, Kemba Walker, Russell Westbrook. The list is just absolutely amazing. Now, in a minute, I'm gonna point out some of the names that should be in there. But right now, I want to talk about just how unique the coaching staff is, because here it says that the team will be coached by none other than Greg Popovich. Now, why is he the perfect man for the job? Well, because Greg Popovich's resume in the NBA says it all. Now, last time, when they winning the 15th gold medal 4 years ago, the team was led by Coach Mike. Now, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but I know that most of you know who I'm talking about, Coach Mike. He's the most decorated coach in U.S. basketball history. Now, even though he won't be there, it's okay, because Team USA has the mentality and the chemistry. As a matter of fact, they have what it takes. The bottom line is they have what it takes to win a gold medal. Of course, the question is, will they be able to get the job done? Well, I'm absolutely confident they will, but at the end of the day, all we can do is just wait and see. Now, like I said, it's Greg Popovich will be the head coach. Now, the assistant coaches include Steve Kerr, as well as Lloyd Pierce, and Jay Wright, who's the head coach of Villanova University. Now, this coaching staff is really good, okay? Because, including the likes of Greg Popovich and Steve Kerr, that's definitely something that Team USA can look forward to. Now, we do have to wait till June. I believe June will be the time when the roster is officially announced. And like I said, in a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and name who I believe should be in there. Now, for 5-time, Greg Popovich, like I mentioned, his resume speaks for itself. And that resume includes 5 NBA titles, okay? And he's been coaching for so long. Now, this is definitely a dream come true for him, because Greg Popovich has been wanting to do this for so long. Although he also has a full resume of international coaching experience. So basically, his experience also does the talking as well as the accomplishments. So it's pretty simple that Greg Popovich is more than capable of leading Team USA to victory. Now, LeBron James being part of this tournament is super important because earlier on this episode I mentioned that Steph Curry would be a fantastic asset. But honestly, LeBron James would be as well. Because LeBron James has won an Olympic gold medal 3 times, okay? In 2008 and 2012. Excuse me, I'm actually wrong. He's a two-time a gold medalist. He won the bronze in 2004 and then the gold in 2008 and 2012. Excuse me, I made a mistake. I'm just glad I caught that. Now he's attempting to make his fourth with the U.S. Olympics team. Now, if LeBron James does appear with in the Olympics this year, he would tie with Carmelo Anthony all time for appearances with 4, which is the most by any U.S. male basketball player in history. Okay, so that being said, that's my first choice. LeBron James must be on the team. That's number 1. Number 2 needs to be Steph Curry. Okay. Now, before I get further into that, basically, if most of the players are from a victorious squad, see, that's actually good because when it comes to in Team USA's case, folks, it's not just about the talent; it's about experience as well. Okay, because a team that has experience, a team with players with much experience and success, that's what leads to having the necessary and the unique mentality and team chemistry to make a strong difference on the court. Okay. So, like I said, on this list, 9 players from the gold medal winning team 4 years ago on a team that was 8-0 in Rio. Remember, the Olympics took place in Rio in Brazil. Those guys, if those guys are back on the team, or at least a few of them more are, Team USA is going to be fine. But I think regardless, Team USA is going to be A-OK. So, let me go back up here and take a look. So, like I said, LeBron James and Steph Curry. Now, who else? I want Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant made such a difference 4 years ago. As long as he's healthy and as long as he can shake off the rust and stay healthy and be ready to go, I think he's going to make a difference again. That's 3. Another one, in my opinion, should be Chris Paul because Chris Paul's veteran experience is just a big piece of the puzzle. His experience, his mentality, and of course his skill is a huge asset. Now, another one, Marcus Smart, because Marcus Smart has really made a huge difference since he's arrived in the league with the Boston Celtics. Marcus Smart, without question. Jason Tatum as well, and Kemba Walker, just to name a few. Now, I'm not going to go all the way, but I'm probably going to finish it with I think Anthony Davis should be as well. Now, at the end of the day, folks, these guys who should be on the team, it's simply just my opinion, but I'm just saying these names would do well for Team USA because Team USA needs all the talent and all the skill and everything they need. The talent, the skill, the mentality, whatever they need, all as much of it as possible. Because Team USA needs to have a team with endless depth and a team with always a backup plan in case somebody gets hurt. It's all about being more than one step ahead of their opponent. Now, what's really interesting is that 5 Lakers were named finalists to the 2020 U.S. Olympics team's roster. Of course, they're LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, Kyle Kuzma, and JaVale McGee. Now, I think out of those guys, obviously LeBron and Anthony Davis are definitely the top, basically the strong favorites. But we'll have to see how it goes. Now, LeBron James did tell reporters back in December that there's, quote, a possibility that he'll play this summer at the Tokyo Games. And of course, just like I said, if he chooses to play, he's going to tie Carmelo Anthony's record of 4 appearances in the Olympics for the Team USA. Okay? And what's even interesting, you see, and I mentioned how Greg Popovich being the coach of the team is special because, from what I'm reading here, according to Sports Illustrated, right here, LeBron James expressed an admiration for a coach who has he took the Spurs to the playoffs in 22 straight seasons. Now, Anthony Davis was part of the team that in 2012, played in 2012. Dwight Howard was there in 2008. So those guys have experience. So I think Dwight Howard has a chance of being selected too. But at the end of the day, it's going to be extremely difficult for a decision to be made because Team USA has so much talent. It may seem extremely difficult who's worthy of playing because 44 finalists, but only 12 get selected. Now, I want to take a moment and look at Harrison Barnes. Now, I'm a Mavericks fan, as many of you folks know, and Harrison Barnes, played for a time with the Dallas Mavericks until he was traded for the Kings, which I really didn't like. But I guess the Mavericks did what had to be done. Now, Harrison Barnes is in his 8th NBA season. He averages about 14 points a game, about 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and about almost 1 steal per game, and about 600 appearances. Okay, and that's in his that's in his career with 3 teams, with the Warriors, with the Mavericks, and the Sacramento Kings. Now, Harrison Barnes was actually on the team 4 years ago. Okay, and he appeared in 4 games. He averaged 4 points, grabbed about 1.3 rebounds per game, which is good. He appeared in 4 games, but the bottom line is he was there. He was part of the reason why they won it all. Now, in last year's FIBA World Cup, he was there as well. He averaged close to 12 points and about 5 rebounds per game in 8 contests for Team USA. And of course, one more time, it didn't go well for Team USA. Now, do I believe that Harrison Barnes deserves a chance? Will be on the team? Do I believe he's going to be on the team? Well, let me one more time. I think he can be, but I really don't know because the decision won't come until June, and since there's so many choices, I really can't. I really can't make a true legitimate prediction. All I can tell you, folks, is we just have to sit back and see what happens. Now, as I'm wrapping this up, I mentioned about the goals earlier about what Team USA has. Now, here's something very important that I have to say. Now, this is going to come a little bit personal. As we know, not too long ago, we lost Kobe Bryant. I believe that Team USA winning the gold medal this year, I have no doubt, and this is a strong prediction that I want to make, so I'm making this prediction now, and folks, you can quote me on it. Team USA, if they win the gold medal, I am more than confident they are going to dedicate that victory to none other than Kobe Bryant himself. And I'm so 100%, more than 100% sure that Kobe Bryant is going to be there. You know what? Yes, you're damn right. He's going to be there. He's going to be there in spirit. He's going to be there, and if they win it all, he's going to be there celebrating with the team because Kobe Bryant, those basketball players, he's still there with them. He's in the heart. That is why I know Team USA is gonna have a guiding light because they know that this is gonna make their hero proud. This is gonna make Kobe Bryant proud. Team USA is gonna win it and dedicate the victory in his memory. So Team USA, go out there. Thank you very much, folks. That's a wrap for this week. I'll see y'all next week. I'm the Bear of Texas. Y'all have a good night. Go Team USA.